So we have some different Packers news to go over that just came out in the past hour. It came out from the Packers Twitter account. Packers activated running back Marshawn Lloyd off injured reserve. And then I'll read here from Wes Hodkiewicz, who said, Lloyd, dealing with an appendicitis, comes off injured reserve and back on 53. The Packers can carry him on active roster or place him back on IR and designate him to return a second time later this year. Green Bay has used 2 of its 8 regular season elevations so far for Lloyd. And Marshawn Lloyd, Packers' new rookie running back drafted this past year, has spent a ton of the season injured, unfortunately, multiple injuries, and this past week got appendicitis. And so it's just been a tough road for him in his rookie year. And I'm hoping that sometime soon we'll see him actually get to go out there and play. He's played a few snaps this year, and I think he would add something a little different to the Packers' backfield, which should be exciting, but we don't know how long he's going to be out. And this was added from Tom Silverstein, who said, here, the Packers have activated Marshawn Lloyd, recovering from appendicitis. Coach LaFleur did not indicate whether he thought he would play this week. And then Silverstein also said, putting Lloyd on the roster will allow the Packers to transfer him to the non-football injury list. He will stay there and not count against the roster until he is recovered from his appendectomy. No timeline has been given on his return. So we're sort of just uncertain as to how long he's going to be out. Hopefully in the coming weeks, he'll be able to be back to playing, and we'll actually get to see what he can do here. Now, the other injury I want to talk about, Jaire Alexander, who has been dealing with a knee injury for the past few weeks. He was active, played about 10 snaps in the game, but then he came out somewhat early in the game and didn't really go back in. After the game, it did come out from Ian Rappaport, who said Packers cornerback Jaire Alexander, who was ruled out because of a knee injury, is going to be okay. Source said not serious. Essentially, a continuation of what he had been working through. Then earlier today, this is what Matt LaFleur shared. This is from Rob Domofsky. He says, LaFleur said Jaire Alexander didn't feel like he could play, so we pulled him. After Alexander tried to give it a go with his knee injury, he was going to be on a limited rep count either way, but never got through the first half. And so Rappaport did say it doesn't seem like it's going to be not very serious, but I think anytime you have a guy out there who's playing and it was bothering him enough that you felt he couldn't go on playing, with these kinds of things, you just don't know how long they're going to linger. How long will it be till he's at full capacity? He could have tried to play through it, but clearly it was bothering him enough that he didn't think it was best for him to be out there. And so I'm hoping this is something that in the next week or two is, not a problem that's going to continue for the Packers, because I think the Packers, they really struggled against the Bears yesterday. The Bears were consistently getting first downs, 9 for 16 on third down. I think not having Jaire out there hurt them. Packers corners, I don't think, played very well on the outside without Jaire. And so let's just hope this injury isn't something that will continue to linger November into December. Because, at first, sometimes these things look like, okay, maybe it's just, another week. And then sometimes later on, it's way worse than we expected. I still think back to the David Bakhtiari, his whole knee situation. I don't think this is anywhere near that. But it just is in the back of my mind, where they're like, oh, maybe next week. And then, a year later, you're still wondering what's happening. Not saying this is going to happen with Jaire, but I'm not sure how serious this will be going forward in the season. And considering he's a big piece of this Packers defense, it's something to monitor in the next coming weeks. But that's the most recent news. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.